Morning, everyone. I think we're just waiting for a few more people to join us and then we'll get started. Wendy, did you want to lead off or did you want me to start?
If you can start, please.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, welcome to our orientation for our Summer Research Institute. This was previously just called the Undergraduate Research Professional Development, but we've switched it to be open to both undergraduate and graduate students. It's offered by the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, obviously, for this spring-summer session. And let me just, Wendy, if you can advance to the next slide, that would be great. Wonderful. And what I can do this, Wendy, or you can let me know.
Whole beginning part as you please, Emily.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'd like to start by welcoming you with a land acknowledgement. A land acknowledgement is a very important part of what we do here at the university, and I'm sure many of you have heard them before, but the University of Regina is situated on the territories of the Nehiyawak, Anishinaabeg, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota, and it is the homeland of the Métis Nation. We are on land that is Treaty 4 land here in Regina, and we have a presence in Treaty 6 with our Saskatoon campus. The reason why we do these land acknowledgements is an important part of our efforts to reconcile with the people that are the original population that lives here. We want to build that generous relationship where we live, learn, and work together. So we hope that that will be something that we do this summer. All right, next slide. All right, so a welcome from me. I'm Emily Kosik. I'm the manager for scholarships and awards at Graduate Studies. For those of you that are undergrad researchers, you will see my name on your letter of employment. So that's probably how you've seen my name before. I am going to introduce the scholarships coordinator, who is also, honestly, she's kind of the person that runs a lot of your stuff for you, and that's Melissa. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Melissa Dick, and I'm the scholarships coordinator here in grad studies, and I'm the one that's probably been communicating with a lot of undergrad students about your ESTRs and UGRAs this year. So any questions about your programs, you're welcome to email us at grad.funding, and you'll reach one of us there.
And then I will introduce Dr. Chris Oriot. And you can wave your hand there.
Hello,
He's one of our associate deans. So
yeah, one of the associate deans here in the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. And if you're wondering why all of this is being administered by FGSR, by the Graduate Studies unit on campus, it's because we are the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. And so this is one of the things that we do on the research side for our students. And I don't know if Emily and Wendy would like me saying this, but I think it is a blatant attempt to try to entice you to consider pursuing graduate studies here at the University of Regina, or elsewhere, if that works better for you. We're not going to judge, but we have some great offerings here, and you have wonderful support. There are about close to 30 of us in FGSR and the Gates Center, which is sort of our big giant support team that supports our graduate students in every way imaginable. And so I do hope that you'll consider looking into graduate studies here at the U of R. I will see you later. By the way, I'm giving a workshop on the 27th on open research practices. See you then.
Wonderful. I don't mind a shameless plug at all for FGSR. We would love everybody to come in and join us. I will introduce also our brand new Associate Dean, Dr. Christine Massey, who is with us here today.
Hi, I'm Christine Massing, and my area is academic and student experience. And so if you do decide to pursue graduate work, we try and ensure that you have a positive experience here with us, and organizing all kinds of events and opportunities. Yeah, welcome.
And lastly, I'll introduce Wendy Forsberg, who is the wonderful person that is putting together this research institute for you this summer.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wendy Forsberg. I'm the Student Experience Coordinator with FGSR. So for graduate students, I'm the one that helps showcase our research through Research Week, this kind of program, and 3MT, and also does some social activities like Grad Night at the Owl. For this program, I will be the one helping host all the workshops, making sure everything's arranged, people are registered and everything. So if there's any questions about the workshop, please do reach out. My email is grad.engagement@uregina.ca. So we'll see you all in a bit.
All right, next slide. All right, so for those of you that are here for the undergrad research development, so those of you that are holding an ASRA or an UGRA, those programs are funded through funds from FGSR. If it's an ASRA, also from NSERC, and then also from your faculties and supervisors. So it's really a joint program to bring those research experiences to you. And so as part of your work in this program, we encourage you to participate in this professional development sessions, because they're going to help prepare you to present your scientific research. So even if you're not looking to go further and go into graduate studies, these experiences and learning how to present research are so valuable. Just in life, anytime you learn to present it, it's worthwhile. Next slide. All right, so now the fun part. For those of you that are UGRA students, and it's the first time you're holding an UGRA, which is the University of Regina Graduate Research Assistantship, sorry, I'm going to say that right. This professional development is mandatory for you. You don't have to come to every session, but we do need you to come to 2 sessions. You have to attend one of our in-person sessions and one of the via the Zoom or hybrid sessions. And then, of course, attending this orientation session. You will also be required to attend the feedback session at the end, and that's actually the part where you present your research and get feedback on your research presentation. So yeah, if you have an UGRA and you haven't had one before, if you've had one before, you don't have to do this again. You're welcome to come, of course, but you don't have to come again. But if it's your first time with an UGRA, you do have to do this mandatory component of professional development. For those of you in the ASRA program, you are highly encouraged to attend at least some of the professional development programming being offered. This program is really a really great opportunity to learn a lot of skills and to make you more comfortable and confident in presenting your research going forward. There will be a survey at the end of each session that lets you provide feedback on what you got from the session, what you might like different sessions to look like. So there's lots of opportunity for this research institute to be yours as well, to give feedback, to build it, and continue to have it grow. Next slide. All right, so I think we have about 33 participants on the call. Some of us, obviously, that are on this call have already introduced ourselves, but I am going to take the opportunity to have people introduce themselves. I know, very scary. I'm going to make you talk and put your Zoom camera on. So we would like your name, the research supervisor you're working with, which program you're in, if you're a graduate student, if you're in UGRA, if you're in ASRA, if you're a MyTax student. Tell us a bit about the research you're doing. And then if you want to, this is completely optional, you can tell us the best piece of advice you ever received. So if we just want to take the sharing off for a second, Wendy, so we can see people's faces while we do this. And then I'm going to shoulder tap someone to start. And the person that I am shoulder tapping to start is Zachary Popowich.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, my name is Zach. And I am a USRA student. I'm doing my research under Julia Tutuzzi in the Faculty of Kinesiology. And the research that I'll be doing right now, I'm just finishing up helping write an abstract for, I think it's due next Friday. So I'm doing some stuff related to how exercise impacts cognitive performance. And then after that, I'll probably be looking a lot at things related to diabetes and Ozempic, which is kind of a trendy thing, but we've done some research on that, so I'll be helping with that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And then the best piece of advice I think that I've ever got is just that, like, life's not that serious and you can just kind of have fun and enjoy things. So that's what I'm trying to do this summer.
Wonderful. All right, so the next one I'm going to pick on is Madison.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm working under Dr. Katya Herman. I have an UGRA. What else am I supposed to say? Oh, right now I'm still trying to figure out what I'm researching. I'm in the physical activity epidemiology lab, so something along the lines of that. I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, I'm also working on writing an abstract for next Friday for a CSEP conference. And then the best piece of advice probably is what I heard last week to just kind of play around with data and trying to find associations, because what I'm working on is all the data is already collected. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what variables I want to use. So that's, yeah. Nice to meet you all.
So I hear that we have a party with Michaela's group. If someone from that group wants to pop on and say what they're doing, that would be great. You might not want to. I can move to someone else. All right, I'm going to move to Emily. Another Emily with a Y instead of an IE. Oh, Emily's microphone is not working today. So she is a year 5 undergraduate student working with her supervisor, Dr. James McVitie, and she has an USRA, and her research is focusing on survival analysis and estimating a joint model using accelerated failure time model. That sounds like a lot of things that I do not, know how to do. So good luck with that. All right, we will go to Gabriel.
Hi, I'm Gabriel, and working under Dr. Caleb Brewer, and the research that I'm doing, and I'm with UGRA, and the research that I'm doing is focused actually on grooming behaviors and peer involvement in grooming behaviors. So very light subject matter. And right now I'm just working on coding some transcripts. And best piece of advice, I have no idea. I've had so many pieces of advice over the years. And I'm actually joined here with...
Oh, so yeah, I'm also just gonna butt in here because we're together. I'm also in the child evidence lab. My name's Abir. I'm a second year student doing USRA under Dr. Caleb Brewer as well, but I'm under a different project. So my project is about memory in kids and how it's different than memory in adults, and specifically relating to faces, so how well they can remember faces. Yeah, and oh yeah, the best piece of advice is to ask questions, because Gabriel and I have been asking so many questions to supervisors, and they've been so much of a help. So yeah.
I'm going to apologize because my phone is ringing, but I am going to turn it over to Michaela's group, and then I'm going to answer my phone.
Hi everyone. Sorry, we're like split screen sharing, so it's been a lot going on. I'm Gracie. I'm just on Michaela's account, but we are all with the IMSS, so the Institute for Microbial Systems and Society. So that's under the supervision of either Andrew Cameron or Chris Yost. And we're all doing a variety of things, lots of field works happening, and then also just doing a lot of microbial genetic research. I'll turn my laptop around so you can see everyone. I don't know if these people. I gotta tilt it. Oh gosh, do we have it? Sorry, my tech skills have not been the best today. But yeah.
You know what? You're managing the computer for all of these people, so your tech skills are great. All right, thank you so much for the introduction and for having a viewing party of this session. I will move on now to Dillman. And please, anybody, if I get your name wrong, just let me know.
Hi, I'm Dillman Gill. I'm an UGRA student this summer, and I'm working with Mark Vanderwall in the Department of Biology. We'll be working in Cypress Hills this summer and studying trees in relation to like carbon dioxide emissions. I think we're working with drones too, so that's something new that I've never done. The best piece of advice that I've gotten is trying new things. So this is definitely new for me. I've never done research outside of the classroom, so I'm excited to go out this summer.
Well, that sounds like an exciting project. All right, next up will be Anna.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anna. I'm an undergrad student, and I'm working with Dr. Nick Jones for this research project. We are doing a study on the relationship with police and indigenous people. And we are also developing a survey that we will be hoping to send to all the municipal polices around Saskatchewan. asking them about their encounters with Indigenous people and their experience with it.
Awesome. That sounds like a good project. I've worked with Nick Jones myself, and he's a lot of fun, so I'm sure you'll have a great summer. All right, Matthew. I know it's like a game of Russian roulette for who gets chosen next.
My name is Matthew Tebow. I am an UGRA student and I'm working with Omid Mirzai at the Department of Economics. And this summer, we're going to be analyzing the revenues and expenditures of the school divisions, the public school divisions in Saskatchewan in the past 10 years.
That sounds like a really interesting part. We don't usually get somebody from economics, so that's exciting to have you here. Thank you so much, and good luck this summer. All right, we'll see if I'm saying this right. Is it Dakari? Dakari?
Yeah, it's Dakari.
Right.
Apparently I didn't give Zoom camera permission, so
that's okay.
But I'm Dakari. I'm in the UGRA program under Dr. Maria Velez. I'm a geology student, so it's a geology project. I'm working on, it's based in the Northwest Territories, but looking at samples of lake sediment to kind of determine how permafrost melting and oil waste is affecting lakes up there. So it's really cool.
Awesome. That sounds like a great project. I'm sure you'll have fun working with Maria as well. So next is Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm holding an UGRA this year, working under Dr. Mark McKinnon in the Faculty of Chemistry. I'm going to be working on developing, or hopefully developing, a functional liquid version of a molecule known as truxine, which could potentially have some possible organic semiconductive properties. And hopefully, if that works out, trying to further that a little bit more.
Wonderful. That's great. See, you sound like someone who wants to do grad school.
I was thinking about it. Definitely.
There you go. All right. Well, good luck for this summer. Next up is Trinity.
Hey, I'm Trinity. I'm a fourth year biochemistry student. I'm an NSERC USRA student, working under Dr. Earl Halfway in the Department of Biochemistry. And our lab does research on antimicrobial resistance, and specifically I'm looking at the pathogen Pseudomonas aeruginosa and its interactions with antibiotics within synthetic wound fluid. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, next will be Brad.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brad Beecher. I'm a fifth-year economics student working under Dr. Omid Mirzai, and I'm doing an UGRA. And I'm doing my research on the healthcare revenues and expenses for First Nations communities between 2014 and 2023. And we're just going to be doing some statistical analysis on that. And yeah, the best advice I can give would be just work on a schedule. That's probably the best way to get through this. Just keep a tight schedule.
That's good advice. Thank you so much, Brad. We'll go to, now, hopefully I'm saying this right. Is it Aisha or is it Asha?
It's
Farrell.
Aisha.
Aisha. Okay, that's wonderful.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Aisha. I'm a fifth year undergraduate student working under James McVitie. I have an UGRA. I'm working in the field of survival analysis, so I'm estimating a joint model using the Cox proportional hazards model. The best piece of advice I've received is it's impossible to be perfect when someone else is evaluating you.
Thank you so much. All right, Jordan.
Hello, my name is Jordan. I am an USRA student, and I'm working under Dr. Mark McKinnon in an organic chemistry lab. I actually had one of these last summer too, so this summer I'm just continuing my project. And basically the goal is to make big fluorescent molecules that nobody's made before.
Cool.
And the best piece of advice I've received in terms of research was that 9 out of 10 times it won't work.
That's good advice.
Yeah, and that is what I saw last summer too. So,
well, this summer we hope it works out for you.
There were parts that did work. So,
okay. Oh, good. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to, and I am going to butcher this. Gobahan.
It's actually Bolan.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Bolan, and I currently hold an OGRA, and I'm doing research with Dr. Howard Hamilton, in the Department of Computer Science. The research this year is like focused on automatic speech recognition with the Edmonton Police Service. So they get like a lot of audio files, and right now they have to transcribe most of them manually. So we're working on like building systems to like help them get that done automatically. So right now my portion of the research is focusing on transcribing the files they upload to their Azure cloud instance. So once that gets uploaded, we want to be able to like process it and then transcribe it automatically and save the audio files and the transcripts as well. So that's what I'm working on right now. Best piece of advice I've ever received. This is more general and not research related, but I think it applies to everything. And it's as long as you're alive, you have infinite chances. So if you're alive, there's always hope. So you can always go back at it, try again till you get it. So yeah.
That's right. Every day is a chance for a new day. That's
Mm-hmm.
perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great summer.
Thanks.
All right. Lena, am I saying that right? I could be saying that wrong as well. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Lena. I'm working under Dr. Mark McKinnon, doing synthetic organic chemistry. So trying out some reactions and then hopefully making something new at the end of it. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Shivram, that I'm definitely saying wrong. Oh, mic and camera is not working. I am an UGRA student working with Dr. Richard Manzin, and my research is on walleye, larvae fish. Effects on their genes with specific stressors are used like hypoxia. I will be quantifying mRNA transcription levels of stress response genes, and the best piece of advice would be to never give up. Very good advice. And that also sounds like a really interesting project for the summer. Jesse, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm doing an UGRA with Mel Hart from biology and Tobias Spearlick from anthropology, and we're looking at the biologist George Leadingham, who the University's herbarium's named after. We're looking at his international travels in the 60s. So currently I'm going through 600 photos he took in South America. Yeah.
That'll make you want to go to South America yourself, right? All right, Jonah, you're up next.
I'm Jonah. I hold an UGRA under Dr. Emily Grafton in the Department of Politics and International Studies. And this summer I'll be doing mostly community-based archival research rooted in Indigenous methodologies, which the main goal is kind of to bridge the gap between Indigenous people and communities and archival records, particularly on residential school, and how we can go about that in a good way. And the best piece of advice I guess I've received is just kind of to put yourself out there, because you really never know what you can get if you do.
For sure, that's great advice. Technically, that's what you've all done this summer by applying to these programs, so it'll be an exciting thing. And Ange, I'm saying that's completely wrong. Please tell me what your name actually is.
It's Anj.
It is. Okay, there we go.
Hello everyone, my name is Anj and I'm holding a UGRA this spring summer with Brian in chemistry. And my research is about organometallic chemistry to create some complex molecules containing phosphorus molecule. And the best piece of advice would be to never give up and learn from your mistakes.
Thank you so much. All right, Julianne.
Hi, my name is Julian, and I just finished my third year biochemistry degree. I also have an UGRA right now, and I'm working under the same lab as Trinity was, which is in Dr. Omar Al Hafavi's. And for my research, I'm also doing antimicrobial resistance, but more focused on Staph aureus and virulence with the host cell.
Thank you. Toby.
Great. Hello, everybody. My name is Toby, and I have an author. I'm working under Dr. Mark McKinnon, and I will be synthesizing pairing-based clacracine type microcycles. And the best piece of advice that I would have is use every opportunity and experience that you have to learn and have fun while doing so.
All right, Carissa.
Hi everyone, my name is Carissa. I'm doing an UGRA this summer with Dr. Natasha Gallant, and I'm going to be doing a few different projects, mostly related to clinical and health psychology. For one project, I'm going to be working with Stats Canada data, looking at predictors of long-term care admission for people with severe mental illness. And I'm also going to be working on publishing my honors thesis. And the best piece of advice I've received is that it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Venezia.
Hi, my name is Venezia, and I am also doing an UGRA with Dr. Natasha Gallant in the Aging Residents and Caregivers Unit in the Department of Psychology. And my project is going to revolve around pain ratings during menstruation. And I think the best piece of advice I've ever gotten is to pursue things that you're passionate about. And I think that includes in research as well. So if you do things that you'll love, it'll feel fun while you're doing it.
You're right. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? All right, Jesselyn.
I'm Jesselyn. I'm in Dr. Austin Smith's lab under an USRA, and we're doing a project on brain laterality and then emotion, perception, and processing on the different hemispheres of the face.
Similar to something I did for my own master's, so that's exciting. Amina.
Hi, I'm Ned Takir. I'm a psychology student. I'm doing an USRA under Dr. Jennifer Gordon in the Reproductive Mental Health Research Unit, and I'll be doing a study using smart rings.
Wonderful. Right. And then I'm going to try this. Jinting.
My name is Xinting. This is my second year in kinesiology and health study, and I'm working with Dr. Herman. And this summer, we were doing some research about like the physical activities and the sensory behavior and the maybe screen time, and I'm very glad to have the opportunity to learn something from my professor about something about research and data analysis. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. I think I got everybody. You can raise your hand quickly if I didn't get you, or you're probably happily hiding in the background. I want to thank everybody for taking the bravery to put on your camera and introduce yourself if you could. All of your projects sound super interesting, and I'm going to be really excited to show up at the feedback session and learn more about what you've been spending your summer doing. I believe that I am turning it over to Wendy, who gets to do the rest of this. I did the hard part for her. I said everybody's names badly, so.
Actually, Emily, you would be wrong. Yes, it's still you, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, as this slide says, researchers are at the core of everything that U of R does. So obviously, as you can see there, you guys are in the student area, and we would be in the, I guess, the research support area. There's all kinds of research centers and institutes that are part of the U of R. I worked in one myself. The Canadian Institute for Public Safety and Research and Training was my job before I came here. And also, of course, stakeholders and collaborators. So those are the people that you're going to be working with in the community, people that you're going to be sharing your research with, because way we always really like to think about it is we are in a public university system. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but we are. And so the funding that you're getting through your supervisors, funding that you're getting through us is all money that's provided ultimately by the people of Canada, people of Saskatchewan. And so when you do your research, you want to kind of keep in mind that you want to be able to share that research with as many people as possible in as many ways as possible. And so that's the goal of what this institute is going to give you for the summer, is tools and skills that will let you mobilize your research to the community so that you can interact with those stakeholders and collaborators and research supports and become parts of research centers and institutes that are available here. Hopefully that is what you wanted me to say, Wendy. All right, so you can see researchers and consumers of research. That's kind of the focus here. Most people read a wide range of research, and you're doing more than just one project. Like, you have to read so much in order to just do a project. So the goal of this is to teach you to be critical consumers of that research, to know what you're reading, to understand your role, what your role could be in research, and then to be able to share it with other people. Okay, qualitative versus quantitative. I have to do this part too. All right. When I did my research, I was definitely more of a quantitative research. That's all that fun statistical analysis, all that fun, very easy, like survey data. Well, as qualitative, of course, is the ability to interact with people, do interviews with people, take more of a storied or narrative approach to your data. So I know some of you probably already know that much better than I've just explained, but that's kind of what you're looking at for this summer. We are very lucky at the University of Regina in that we have experts in both types of research, and that you will have the opportunity, if you want, to work on many different types of research in both of these kind of modalities. Look at this. See, I feel like I didn't do this last year, Wendy. I feel like Dr. Oria did this last year. So as you can see here, we just kind of have a quick outline of what qualitative versus quantitative research is. Again, these are things that you're definitely going to be going through with the supervisors that you're partnered with this summer. They're going to let you know what kind of study you're doing. You probably already know what kind of study you're doing. If you're doing qualitative, you are using more of that narrative inquiry, the ethnography. If you're doing a quantitative, you are doing those experiments, correlational experiments, observational experiments, quasi-experimental methods where you kind of take survey data, those kind of things. And so those are kind of the options for your research for the summer. Now, some of you will have to go through ethics boards. Maybe your supervisor has already done this for you, but as you probably know, ethics boards are a vital part of what we do here in order to keep our research ethical. So there are behavioral protocols, there's biomedical protocols. There are very different Indigenous methods protocols that you will be asked to follow, you'll be asked to learn about. It's probably something that we'll be sharing with you throughout this research institute as well, I believe. If any of you are working with animals this summer, if you're working with them in a laboratory setting, then the President's Committee on Animal Care will be something that you interact with, because again, well, obviously sometimes animals are required for research. How we ethically treat them is very important, and we should always be maintaining good principles of animal care so that while they're with us, while they're part of our research, that we are caring for them at a high standard, and that should we have to euthanize them at the end of it, we do that at a high standard as well, so that they are cared for at every step of the way. All right, next. All right, I'm turning it over to you, Wendy. This is you now.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure. This is my first time running the program, so I just wanted to make sure we had everything kind of covered on the basics. So the Research Summer Research Institute is what we've renamed it this year, and we've opened it up to undergrad students as well as graduate students who are interested in taking any of the workshops. So we have updated the website, so it's now called the Summer Research Institute 2025. This QR code, if it works and is not totally cut off, will take you straight to that page where all the information will be. And as we find additional resources that can help you over the summer, we will add it to that page. So I'm just going to run through the workshops we're offering this summer. So the first one is the Open Science Practices with Dr. Chris Oriot. Chris, did you want to talk about it at all, or do you want me just to read the brief description I've got?
If you want to read the brief description, Wendy, it's fine.
Okay.
Just yeah, this is something that I think is will be useful for. I hope will be useful for everyone as we kind of are in a research zeitgeist where we really prioritize the sharing of knowledge and making sure that what we're doing is openly visible to everyone else, other researchers, but also to the general public that we're accountable to, as Emily mentioned earlier, as a publicly funded university, and a lot of us working with grants that have been provided by the government. We have an accountability to the public to make sure that we return the research to them. And so for a very long time, that hasn't been the case. Been sort of a cloistered enterprise where, if you're an academic, you knew how to access academic information, and if you weren't, you didn't have access to it or couldn't understand it, even if you did. And all that's kind of changed in the last decade and a half or so. But yeah, I'll have a lot more to say on the 27th, so we'll see you then.
Thank you. The workshop number 2 is Literature Reviews and Library Tools with Kara Bradley from the library. So she's going to be showcasing how to find different types of literature reviews, determining when each is appropriate, understanding how and where to search for literature, organizing your findings, updating searches, anything that kind of falls into the library realm of doing lit reviews. Workshop number 3 is Poster Skills and Visual Knowledge Mobilization with Dr. Omar Al-Hafway. And some of you are already working with him, so he will be able to add to our knowledge base here with our poster skills. So the idea behind this session is to really understand how to explain your research in an easier way. So he's going to be talking about how you create your poster, what kind of information should go on the poster, making it so that the general public can understand what your research is about. Workshop number 4, which we're just in the process of finalizing, is on Indigenous research methodologies. So some of you that will be applicable to, some might just be of interest to people. So we're looking around the idea that it's nothing about us without us is the idea. So when you're doing research with Indigenous student or communities, it's all about relationships, respect, reciprocity, and understanding the kind of the culture that you're working with there. Workshop number 5 is Research in AI with Justin Longo. He will be talking about how to use the benefits, the risks of AI and tools, academic integrity, responsible use, and the evolving role in interdisciplinary research. Workshop 6 is with presentation skills with Krista Blico. Krista works heavily with the 3MT our program, the 3MT competition. So she's very much into doing presentations. So when you're doing your presentation, what kind of information you want to share, how to communicate easily with other people, so that when you're doing, whether you're doing a conference presentation or your presentation at the end of the workshops, she's going to have some great insights on how to talk about your content, talk about your research, and do the best to communicate what you're working on. And then we end the summer with our presentation and feedback session. It's scheduled for all day. We will work maybe a little bit more with you to see how it works best for that. It is a 3 to 5 minute presentation about your research and what you've done over the summer. It will include your poster, which is a digital on a slide behind you. It'll be a set opportunity for you to present. There will be some judges to give you feedback on your information and on your posters. There will be a little bit of Q&A afterward if they have any questions from the judges or from the general audience that's in there, so you can be prepared to present your work and answer questions about your research in a supportive and encouraging environment. And there are prizes going to be available for that. So definitely want to participate in that program. Generally, we offer over the summer, well, each term we offer how to create a great relationship with your supervisor. So working with your supervisor, you want to make sure you discuss your roles and responsibilities, set expectations, and really communicate with them over the summer so that you both know everything is going on and they're aware of any trouble or problems you might be having or any concerns. And our workshop last term, Dr. Garth Huber, who is the winner of the Outstanding Supervisor Award last year, he did a fantastic job delivering it. So we recorded it. So that's the recording. So if you have any questions regarding working with your supervisor, if you want to watch that, or if you want to just reach out to us, and if there's anything that we can do to support you. You will all be invited to participate in the Student Research Showcase, part of Research Week. So last year, Research Week was the beginning of November, and we had a poster competition display. And as you can see here, we had all the posters that you did during your project on display. That poster is also yours to keep. We pay for the printing, and you will have that going forward. It's tentatively booked for the end of October. So just keep that in mind if you're wanting to participate there. There's also some prizes available for that competition as well. So that is all that I had to say. So is there any questions from anybody?
Excuse me. So I heard earlier if we'd done the UGRA before and we've already done the presentation, did you say that we don't have to do a second presentation?
Yeah, if you've held an UGRA before and you completed the mandatory training in the last session, you're not required to come to mandatory training this session. Although if you're interested in doing the feedback sessions, we of course always welcome you. But you've already completed the mandatory training that was required. And because a lot of the sessions are similar, we understand that you may not want to take them again. If you want to take different sessions than you took last time, you're more than welcome. Anything you want to take again, you're welcome to, but you don't have to attend if you've taken it previously.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, no problem.
Just for everybody, this QR code is not right. I changed the other one. I forgot there was one at the very end. Sorry. So that will take you nowhere to an error page. Sorry. Any other questions? Anything else, Emily, that you thought of that?
I don't think so. Again, like I said, if you've taken it previously, you obviously don't have to take the exact same classes again. We have added some new ones this year, though. Wendy's been working hard, so I would suggest if there's something you're interested in taking that you didn't take last time, do take it. And for sure, do consider being part of that poster feedback session at the end, because that's how you're able to get to this research week. Is being part of that poster feedback session. I believe that, Wendy, that's how we set it up, right? Is only the people that were part of the feedback session can come and present on Research Week. So if you're interested in being part of Research Week, if you're interested in getting that feedback and doing the feedback session, please do be a part of that. And otherwise, like I said before, have a wonderful summer of research. This is a really exciting opportunity for all of you. I think it's a really great summer to learn lots of different stuff about lots of different kind of research. All right.
There's no other questions. Just note that anytime we're offering a hybrid, we're going to be recording it so that people can, if you're not available at that time. Can't guarantee the in-person ones, how well that will go based on their topics, but we will see what we can do to make sure everyone has the information you need.
All right. Look at that. We give you time back in your day.
So we'll all see you at Chris's session, right? Coming up.
Dr. Oria's lots of fun. Come. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.